everybody, welcome to part 2 of Orpheus and Eurydice. Before we begin, we'll do a really quick recap. So, the story is about Orpheus, a very skilled musician who played an instrument called a lyre. It was so beautiful that everybody knew who he was. The music could be heard all over the town and everybody thought he was incredible. Now one day he met Eurydice. She fell in love with him and he fell in love with her, and they were married and they were so happy together. Till one day she was walking through the woods and she started to get chased by a strange shepherd who was desperate to talk to her, and she ran from him in a panic, and before she realised, she stepped on a snake that bit her and killed her instantly. There and then in the woods she was dead and off to the underworld to spend eternity. And that is where we're starting our story for today, part 2. So, Eurydice was dead and in the underworld. When Orpheus heard the news, he was just so distraught and heartbroken. His lovely wife had been taken away from him. He was inconsolable in his grief. He started to play his lyre to try and ease the heartbreak. And the music was so haunting that men, gods, plants and even trees were moved to tears. Orpheus decided he must try to bring Eurydice back from the dead. He decided he was going to go and find Hades, the god of the underworld, and ask for her to be brought back to the human world. This had never been done before, but he was determined to travel to the underworld and get his wife back. He began his journey by travelling across the river Styx. There he was greeted by the 3 judges, who were very surprised to see a live human at the gates. They were used to seeing the dead arrive, and they weren't so sure about letting him in. They said, "Why should we let you in? You're alive, you have a life to live." And he said, "Just listen to my music." He started to play his lyre to them. He played and he played and he told them the story of his wife and the happiness they shared. And he played them the story of how she was killed instantly by a snake, and he played them his heartache. And they were moved to tears, and they said, "Please go through. You must continue and you must succeed." So, Orpheus continued on his journey. He arrived at the first section of the underworld, the Elysian fields. These were beautiful and peaceful, wonderful place to be. Next, he got to the asphodel fields, a place where people float around in nothingness for eternity. Very strange. He started to feel fearful, but he knew he had to continue. Then he got to the 3rd place, the worst place of all, where all evil was staying forever and being tortured and suffering. Tartarus, a place for the wicked. There was fire burning and screams all over the place, and he started to run and his heart was beating so fast, but he had to get through. He had to get to see Hades. He had to get his wife back. And that is where we end part 2 for today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. See you next time for part 3. Thank you. Bye bye.